Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. The second lecture of endocrinology about growth hormone. As we noted in the previous lecture, growth hormone is one of the general effect hormones. So its effect on the liver, on bone, on adipose tissue, on skeletal muscles, and others. So what's the physiological function of this hormone, this general effect hormone? One, promote increase cell size, increase the size and mitosis, division of the cells, differentiation of these cells, especially on the bone, cartilage, and others. All type of the cells have a division, have a differentiation, development. So the growth hormone is very important. Two, specific metabolic effect include effect on protein, increased rate of protein synthesis, reduced breakdown of protein. That means building of protein in the body. Fat, increased mobilization of fatty acids for energy. That means utilization of fats. Release free fatty acids from adipose tissue to produce the body energy. Carbohydrate, decrease carbohydrate utilization by decrease glucose uptake in tissue such as skeletal muscle and fat, increase glucose production by liver, increase insulin secretion. All these factors mean conserving of carbohydrate. That means growth hormone causes building of protein, utilization of fats, and conserving of carbohydrate in the carbohydrate keeping site. Growth hormone exerts much of its effect through special materials called intermediate substances. It's called somatomedins, insulin-like growth factors. All these materials secrete under control of growth hormone, and these materials act the same work that growth hormone do. So growth hormone causes liver and other tissues in less extent to produce somatomedins. And this materials, which is also called insulin-like growth factor IGF, secreted from liver under control of growth hormone. Effect on bones, mainly on the bone, to make the bone more development, more mature, to growing of the bone. And of course, this process needs energy from fats, first source of energy in the body, under control of growth hormone. Short duration of action of growth hormone, about 20 seconds, while the duration of somatomedin C is 20 hours. That means the duration effect of somatomedins is more prolonged when compared with the growth hormone and is do the same work as the growth hormone do. That means IGF is very important materials. What's the factors that cause stimulation or inhibition of growth hormone? Stimulation of growth hormone decrease blood glucose, need of energy, more and more energy. So stimulate growth hormone from secretion from pituitary gland. Decrease free fatty acids. Also, there is needing for energy. That means increased secretion of growth hormone. Starvation or fasting or decrease of protein deficiency mean needing for more and more secretion of growth hormone to release the fats or for produce the body energy. Trauma, exercise, excitement, and stress, all these needing for more energy. Somatostatin, hormone secreted from hypothalamus, cause inhibition, stimulation of production of growth hormone. Testosterone and estrogen, these have positive effect on secretion of growth hormone. And deep sleep in stage 2 and 4. In these stages, there is appearance or occurrence of dreams and that type of stress. So we need more energy, we need more of growth hormone. Inhibition factors of growth hormone increase blood glucose. We have enough, lots of glucose, so no need more growth hormone. Increase free fatty acids. We have enough of free fatty acids, no need for growth hormone. Aging. Aging is regarding of rest stage of the life, so there is no stress, no need more and more energy. So inhibition of growth hormone. Obesity, lots of fats in the body. Growth hormone, inhibitory hormone. This hormone secreted from hypothalamus and cause inhibition of growth hormone. If this hormone secret in large quantity, that means inhibition of growth hormone. Growth hormone exogenous. When we take growth hormone as drug, for example, from outside, the body will, the blood will concentrate with growth hormone, so that lead to inhibition of growth hormone from hypothalamus. Somatomedins, IGF factors. If there is lots of this factor in the blood, that means no need for secretion of growth hormone in the from the pituitary gland. Normal plasma concentration of growth hormone, about 1.6 to 3 nanogram normally per mole of blood in adult, and in child or adolescent 6 nanogram. It's more than adult because there is increase of metabolism rate in these and development for the most of the cells in the body. It's the development stage of the body. These values often increase to as high as 50 nanogram per mole after depletion of body stores of protein or carbohydrate during prolonged starvation. That means if there is severe depletion, severe deficiency of carbohydrate and proteins when a person under starvation or fasting for prolonged period, that there is a severe requirement for energy that stimulate pituitary glands to produce as possible as the large quantities of growth hormone كمحاولة منها لتوفير الانرجي للبody. Acute condition. If there is hypoglycemia is far more potent stimulator of growth hormone secretion than is acute decrease in protein intake. Conversely, in a chronic condition, growth hormone secretion seems to correlate with the deficiency of protein in compared with the glucose. That means when there is deficiency of carbohydrate and protein, when the person need for energy in short time period, in acute condition, فجأة الشخص تعرض إلى حالة من deficiency of energy in the body, starvation or fasting. راح يكون عندي deficiency or decrease in glucose and decrease in proteins. The response of growth hormone لنقصان الجلوكوز يكون أكثر مقارنة مع نقصان البروتين. بينما الشخص لو عانى من starvation for a prolonged period، يعني لفترة طويلة هو يعاني من نقصان الغذاء، نقصان الطاقة داخل الجسم، فأيضا راح يصير عندي deficiency بالجلوكوز، deficiency بالبروتين، يصير عندي حالة الهايبوغلايسيميا، لكن تأثيرها أقل في لو كان الشخص متعرض للستارفيشن لفترة أطول. يعني استجابة الجروث هرمون، إفراز الجروث هرمون يكون علاقته أقوى مع البروتين للفترات الطويلة، بروتين ديفيشنسي، بينما تكون الفترات القصيرة من الستارفيشن يكون أكثر استجابة، الريسبونس مالته يكون أعلى في حالة نقصان الجلوكوز، في حالة الهايبوغلايسيميا. gland and its relation to hypothalamus. As we know, hypothalamus controls the secretion of hormones from pituitary glands from the two lobes, anterior and posterior. We're talking about anterior hormones. In this slide, we talked in some of details on the posterior pituitary hormones, antidiuretic hormone, ADH or vasopressin, and oxytocin. When we talk about antidiuretic hormone, note these paragraphs. Previously, as we know in the previous lectures, antidiuretic hormone effect on the kidney tubules. So what's its effect exactly? The collecting tubule and ducts, if there is absence of antidiuretic hormone, collecting tubules and ducts become impermeable to water, which prevent reabsorption of water, and thus allow extreme loss of water in the urine, also cause dilution of urine. Antidiuretic hormone mean إذا صار عندي decrease or absence of this hormone, the reabsorption of water from urine decrease. That make excretion the water with urine more and more and make the urine become more dilution. يعني نقصان أو اختفاء أو غياب السكريشن مال الانتيديوريتيك هرمون راح يسبب لي dilution of urine، يسبب لي increase excretion of water from the body. In the opposite side, in the presence of antidiuretic hormone, permeability of collecting ducts and tubules water increase. Reabsorption راح يصير عندي increase reabsorption that make reabsorbed of these tubules for water, and that lead to constriction of urine. Summarize: when there is absence of antidiuretic hormone، لما يكون عندي deficiency بالantidiuretic hormone راح يكون excretion of water أعلى مع اليورين، فبالتالي راح يكون عندي dilution urine. بعكسه لما يكون عندي large secretion of this hormone، increased secretion of this hormone، هذا راح يصير عندي reabsorption of water to the body، راح يعاد امتصاص الوتر للجسم، فبالتالي راح يكون اليورين concentrate، حاوي على كميات قليلة جدا من الوتر. Regulation of antidiuretic hormone. Osmotic regulation. Concentration body fluid. Stimulate the supraoptic nuclei, whereas dilute body fluid inhibit them. Supraoptic nuclei هي cells or nuclei presence in the hypothalamus send signals to the posterior lobes of glands or pituitary glands to secretion of antidiuretic hormone. في حال concentration of body fluid، لما يزداد عندي الفلويد in the body راح يسبب لي stimulate of this nuclei to send signals to the pituitary glands، بينما dilution of body fluid راح يسبب inhibition. بمعنى إنه هذه السيلز أو هذه النيوكلياي send signals to إنتاج أو to secretion of antidiuretic hormone من pituitary gland. إذا قل كمية أو كمية الوتر داخل الجسم، الفلويد بصورة عامة من يقل داخل الجسم راح تنفرز يحفز هذه السيلز حتى تفرز الانتيديوريتيك هرمون، وبالتالي راح يسوي ريابزوربشن أكثر للوتر، راح يصير عندي إعادة امتصاص للماء من اليورين فحتى يرتفع مستوى الفلويد داخل الجسم. لكن بعكسه لو كان أنا عندي الفلويد داخل الجسم is more than the normal، هذا معنى راح يصير عندي inhibition، راح يصير عندي send signals هذه النيوكلياي حتى يصير عندي inhibition هذه النيوكلياي، بالتالي ما راح ترسل إشعارات للبيتيوتري جلاندز لإفراز الأنتي دايرتيك هرمون، بمعنى إنه راح يقل الأنتي دايرتيك هرمون، فهذا راح يسبب لي زيادة excretion للوتر with urine حتى يقل مستوى الفلوز اللي هو زايد أصلا في هذه الحالة داخل الجسم. إذن قلة الفلويد داخل الجسم تسبب لي stimulation لهاي النيوكلياي، وبالنتيجة secretion more ADH. بعكسه زيادة الفلويد داخل الجسم يعني يصير عندي more diluted blood راح يسبب لي inhibition لهذه النيوكلياي، وبالنتيجة inhibition of antidiuretic hormone. The first point of controlling. Feedback control system is available to control the total osmotic pressure of body fluids. يعني يقول إنه it's very important this feedback mechanism. هذه لما يكون عندي زيادة أو نقصان يرسل sense to increase secretion or inhibition of secretion is very important حتى يكون مستوى الهرمونز داخل الجسم within the normal range, no more, no less. Vasoconstrictor and pressure effect of antidiuretic hormone and increase ADH secretion caused by low blood volume. طبعا البلاد فوليوم هو المتحكم الأساسي بالsecretion or inhibition of antidiuretic hormone كما توضح بالنقطة الأولى. Whereas minute concentration of ADH cause increased water conservation by the kidney. أيضا هذا شرحناه. بيكون عندي decrease من ADH بمعنى إنه راح يصير عندي reabsorption أكثر excretion أكثر للوتر by the kidney. وهنا بعكسه بيكون عندي زيادة بالهرمون فراح يسبب لي reabsorption of water وبالنتيجة يصير عندي concentrated urine. And in case of higher concentration of antidiuretic hormone have potent effect constricting the arterioles throughout the body, therefore increasing the arterial pressure. For this reason it's called vasopressin. Antidiuretic hormone have very important effect on the arterioles, it's vasoconstrictor of artery, and cause increased blood pressure, cause hyper of blood pressure. That's mean called vasopressin, hypertension. Oxytocin, the second hormone of posterior pituitary gland, cause constricting of pregnant uterus. The amount of oxytocin in the plasma increase during labor, especially during the last stage. So during gestation, period of gestation, they are during the labor, hypothalamus respond to this case in the body in the woman, of course, and send signals to posterior pituitary glands to secretion more and more oxytocin hormone. إذا نلاحظ هنا إنه في حالة الأنتيدايرتيك هرمون لما كان عندي increase بالبادي فلويد صار عندي تغذية نيجاتيف فيدباك، تغذية عكسية للهايبوثالاموس والبيتيوتري جلاندز. فلما يكون عندي زيادة بالفلويد راح يصير عندي إفراز الأنتيدايرتيك هرمون نقصان الأنتيدايرتيك هرمون حتى يفرز أكثر من الوتر أو يخفف اكسكريشن أكثر الوتر واليورين. يعني أكو تغذية عكسية، زيادة ونقصان. ازداد الفلويد داخل الجسم نقص الأنتيدايرتيك هرمون، نقص الفلويد داخل الجسم ازداد الأنتيدايرتيك هرمون سكريشن. جاي أشوف أنا نيجاتيف فيدباك فور بالانس. بينما بالأوكسيتوسيك هرمون هنا تظهر عندي البوزيتيف فيدباك. لما يكون عندي الفيميال في مرحلة الليبر راح يصير عندي construction of uterus. This construction sends signals to hypothalamus to send signals to posterior pituitary glands to secretion more and more of oxytocin. This oxytocin causes more and more of contraction of the uterus muscles. يعني هان عندي نقص زيادة شرارة بداية الكونتراكشن باليوترس راح يسبب لي إفراز أكسيتوسين، وهذا الأكسيتوسين يزيد من الكونتراكشن، بمعنى إنه أنا عندي تغذية إيجابية وليس عكسية، بمعنى إنه أنا عندي positive feedback. أيضا there is other effect of oxytocin اللي هو milk ejection by breast cause milk to be expressed from the alveoli into the ducts of the breast, so the baby can obtain the milk by suckling. عندنا عملية السكلينج type of positive feedback. كل ما يكون أنا عندي suckling أكثر، كل ما يكون عندي secretion للأكسيتوسين أكثر from posterior pituitary gland, and this oxytocin cause more and more ejection of milk. فبالتالي أنا عندي positive feedback في حالة الليبرز contraction of uterus، وأيضا في حالة ejection of milk from the breast during suckling of baby، أيضا يسبب لي positive feedback للأكسيتوسين. These figures تبين عملية effect of oxytocin on the breast and on the uterus. Thank you.